You gotta wake up in the morning and be happy. You gotta wake up in the morning, not be snappy. Put a smile on your face for the whole human race and let them know you are here. What we're going to do, very briefly to the point, this is John Checky. We're going to talk about the advantages of aging. It's going to be 9 points, a slight introduction, one call to action at the end. Wouldn't it be great at the ripe old age of 75 to still have health, wealth, and energy to enjoy your life rather than be old, sick, and broke? Let's go over those 9 points. Number one, part of the advantage of aging is to take information, convert it into knowledge, and further refine knowledge by taking action on the knowledge, thus providing competence, confidence, and in time, perhaps even wisdom and know. Over time, people might actually enjoy that so much that they might ask you to help them with what you're doing. Also, as we age, one of the advantages is people seem to be a whole much more kind to us, and also that reflects on us as well. We might even learn to smile and be called sir and really enjoy that process. There are some money rewards that go along with this as well. What could they possibly be? With any kind of luck, we have learned to spend less money than we make. Definition of wealth is make this much, spend that much. Definition of poverty, you make this much, you spend that much. So, in addition to that, you might qualify for Medicare, which is a low cost insurance. You might qualify for Social Security. You might also have the joy of withdrawing some money from your IRAs and 401ks. And you might also really like senior discounts. First time we ran into that, Susie and I, Susie's my wife, gifted and talented human being who teaches yoga 3 days a week despite being 70 and a half. And she sings with a band once a week, a swing band. And the other lady that sings with the band is 23 years older than Susie. Yes, she's in her 90s and still looks good doing it. And you can still hear her. So you have money rewards. Then the other funny thing, people start giving you stuff. For instance, one of our neighbors said, "Yeah, you're a clothes horse. My dad was a clothes horse. I would like to give you some of his suits." And I thought, Bob, that is the silliest thing I've ever heard. I really don't need any suits. But son of a gun, Bob's kind of persistent. Plus, he was born on the same date as I. Not the same date that way, but same day as I. And he, one Sunday morning, showed up with an armful of suits. Turns out, lucky for me, those suits fit like they were made for me. They fit just perfectly. Plus, he threw in 2 tuxedos. So, another money reward and free clothing reward is sometimes instead of going shopping, we can actually look in our closets and find whatever it is we thought we needed to buy. So, to summarize the advantages: one, you'll have some wisdom; two, you'll have some kindness; three, some money rewards; four, free clothes. Let's go in terms of the methodology of how to get there. Point five in this presentation: decide to be healthy. Could not have picked a better time to be alive in terms of all the medical benefits that are available, all the knowledge that's available to help us actually, one, do some research, two, prosper in terms of being healthy. Get tested. By all means, get your examination. Be sure and get, if you're a man, your prostate exam. A good friend of ours, Jennifer Carl, said, take it like a man in terms of that stuff. I do know that some doctors don't test for the prostate once you get over 70 years of age. If you're healthy, they'll still continue to test that. I'll also suggest getting scanned, getting your blood work done, perhaps even getting your head scan done. Get your blood work done fully. Do some research on what kind of tests you need to get in terms of establishing your baseline. In addition to being healthy, to decide to being healthy, you might consider eating properly, doing some exercise, even if it's just walking around the block and talking to neighbors. Which leads me to point number six: community. It is absolutely essential if you want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise all through your lifetime to have community around you. Why is that? Mankind needs connection. We absolutely, positively need community around us to prosper, to flourish, to feel like part of a group, to feel like we belong. So, if at all humanly possible, surround yourself with health conscious people who are uplifting, enthusiastic, and remain curious. Point number 7, some resources. For the number of years I've gotten tested on a poop test with Viome, Viome.com. Also done some research on blue zones. National Geographic's commissioned a group to go study why people live longer and where they do that. Luckily, one of the places, Sardinia, off the coast of Italy, which is an island, not Italy an island, but Sardinia is an island. And people there live longer. They have certain dietary things that they do. There's some places, or a place in Japan, same thing. And there's even a place in California. What are some of the common traits of blue zone places? Number 1, they have a tendency to have community. They have a tendency to hang out together, take walks together, volunteer together, and they're very supportive of each other. And for those of you who hate going to the gym, guess what? There were no gyms in those towns or those cities where those people were living longer. Looping back to point number 8, or forward to point number 8, establish your baselines. And this sounds like a repeat of deciding to be healthy, but I'm underscoring this. Be sure and get your physical examination. Be sure and get your blood work done. And the reason I'm repeating that, it's great to know where you are before you start your journey. Point number 9, be curious. Now, I furthered my research beyond what I normally do with something called Chat GPT, and it gave me a listing of things. That is the advantages of aging, which I'm not going to bore you with. You too can experiment with OpenAI or Chat GPT, which seems like it's the same thing to me. I'm told there's some other programs like that that actually help actors speak in one language and be heard in another language. But be curious. In other words, if over time you want to continue listening and learning, fantastic. If not, we have a tendency to kind of go back into the cave. So, my call to action: take one of these techniques, whether it's deciding to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, or getting your examinations, or exercising, or drinking plenty of water, the proper kind of water for you, hopefully with some minerals in it too. Take one of these things and put it into play in your life so you can be healthy, wealthy, and wise, as opposed to old, sick, and broke. This is John Checky wishing you a happy, healthy, prosperous Wednesday.